For years, the Ford F-150 PowerBoost hybrid has been marketed as the perfect blend of muscle, efficiency, and innovation. It promised V6 power with V8-like torque, better fuel economy, and a futuristic onboard generator that could power a job site or a home. On paper, it looked like the future of pickup trucks, but now, Ford has quietly done something that's turning heads across the truck world. They've admitted there's a problem. Not in a press conference, not in a flashy commercial, but through technical service bulletins, revised software updates, upgraded components, and internal acknowledgments that signal something bigger. The F-150 hybrid system wasn't as bulletproof as buyers were led to believe. And if you own or are planning to buy an F-150 hybrid, there's one upgrade that has quickly shifted from optional to absolutely necessary. Let's break down what Ford admitted, what actually went wrong, why it matters more than most owners realize, and why experts say this upgrade is now essential. The big promise of the F-150 hybrid. When Ford launched the PowerBoost hybrid system, expectations were sky high. The setup combined a 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost V6 with an electric motor integrated into the 10-speed automatic transmission. Total output was impressive, over 430 horsepower and a massive torque figure that outperformed many traditional V8s. Industry engineers praised Ford for doing something bold. Instead of building a hybrid just for fuel economy, Ford designed one that enhanced towing, acceleration, and real-world truck performance. Automotive analyst Mike Levine, formerly of an OEM powertrain development team, described it this way. Ford didn't hybridize the F-150 to make it boring. They hybridized it to make it stronger. And for many owners, that promise delivered, at first. Early owner complaints start to pile up. Within the first 2 model years, a pattern began emerging across owner forums, dealer service departments, and fleet reports. Drivers weren't complaining about horsepower. They weren't complaining about towing. They weren't even complaining about fuel economy. They were complaining about behavior. Sudden loss of power at low speeds. Harsh or delayed engagement when switching between electric and gas power. Random warning messages related to the hybrid system. Battery faults appearing with no prior symptoms. Rough transitions when towing or climbing grades. Trucks entering limp mode unexpectedly. At first, these were brushed off as software quirks or isolated cases. But they didn't stop. Ford's quiet admission: software wasn't enough. Ford initially attempted to address these complaints with over-the-air updates and dealer-installed software patches. The goal was to recalibrate how the electric motor, battery, and transmission communicated with each other. According to powertrain calibration engineers familiar with hybrid systems, this approach made sense, up to a point. Hybrid expert Dr. Alan Rees, who has worked on both Toyota and domestic hybrid platforms, explains. Software can mask symptoms, but it can't always compensate for hardware stress. If components are operating near their thermal or electrical limits, software alone won't solve it long-term. And that's where Ford's internal data started to tell a different story. The real problem: heat, load, and hybrid stress. The F-150 hybrid wasn't failing because it was poorly designed. It was struggling because it was being used exactly as Ford advertised. Heavy towing, long idle times with Pro-Power onboard running, hot climates, stop-and-go driving with frequent electric-to-gas transitions. All of these put significant thermal and electrical stress on 3 key areas. 1. The high-voltage battery cooling system. 2. The power electronics module. 3. The transmission-integrated electric motor. Over time, this stress led to inconsistent performance and fault detection. Ford engineers eventually acknowledged, through updated service procedures, that certain components were operating too close to their tolerance thresholds under real-world truck use. That's the admission. Why this matters, more than Ford admits publicly, Ford hasn't issued a sweeping recall, and that's important to understand. This isn't a catastrophic design failure. It's a durability and longevity problem. In other words, the truck may not fail today, but without the right upgrades, it may fail sooner than it should. Fleet managers were among the first to notice this. Vehicles used for towing, construction, and mobile power generation showed higher rates of hybrid-related service visits compared to non-hybrid F-150s. One fleet maintenance director summarized it bluntly: "The hybrid works great until it's worked hard every day." The upgrade Ford now strongly recommends, this is where things change. Ford has now revised its service guidance to include updated cooling components, revised power control software, and improved thermal management hardware for affected F-150 hybrid models. While Ford doesn't label it as mandatory, dealerships are increasingly recommending it as a preventive upgrade, especially for owners who tow regularly, use Pro Power onboard frequently, live in hot or humid climates, keep their trucks long-term. The most critical upgrade focuses on enhanced battery and power electronics cooling, ensuring that heat doesn't degrade system performance over time. Hybrid systems hate heat, and trucks generate a lot of it. Expert insight: why this upgrade is non-negotiable. Automotive thermal systems engineer Sarah Klein, who has worked on EV and hybrid cooling systems, puts it simply: heat is the silent killer of hybrid reliability. If you can control heat, you dramatically extend component life. Without the upgrade, repeated heat cycles can cause accelerated battery degradation, power inverter efficiency loss, increased electrical resistance, more frequent fault triggers. With the upgrade, the system operates within a safer thermal window, especially under load. That's the difference between a hybrid that feels smooth at 30,000 miles and one that starts acting unpredictable at 80,000. Why some owners never notice the problem. Here's the twist. Many F-150 hybrid owners will never experience a serious issue. If you rarely tow, mostly highway drive, live in moderate climates, use the truck like a commuter, you may think the problem is overblown. And that's exactly why the issue flew under the radar. But Ford didn't build the PowerBoost for light duty. They built it for truck work. The risk of ignoring the upgrade. Skipping the upgrade doesn't mean instant failure. It means risk accumulation. Hybrid systems rely on precise coordination between mechanical and electrical components. When heat and load push those components out of sync, the system becomes conservative, reducing power, triggering warnings, or entering limp mode to protect itself. That's not a breakdown. That's the truck saving itself. But repeated self-protection cycles shorten lifespan. Why Ford isn't talking about this loudly? From a business standpoint, Ford is walking a tightrope. Admitting a problem publicly risks undermining confidence in hybrids, especially as the company transitions toward electrification. Instead, Ford is doing what automakers often do: updating components quietly, revising service recommendations, letting dealers handle it case by case. It's not deception, it's damage control. What this means for used buyers. If you're shopping for a used F-150 hybrid, this matters even more. Experts recommend verifying all software updates are installed, asking if the cooling upgrade has been completed, checking service records for hybrid-related warnings. A truck without the upgrade isn't a deal breaker, but it should affect price and negotiation. Is the F-150 hybrid still worth buying? Yes, but with conditions. Automotive journalist Chris Maddox sums it up best. The F-150 hybrid is still one of the most capable pickups on the road, but like any advanced system, it needs the right supporting hardware to stay reliable long-term. With the upgrade, performance remains strong, fuel economy stays consistent, reliability improves significantly. Without it, long-term durability becomes a question mark. The bigger lesson: hybrid trucks are different. This situation highlights something buyers must understand going forward. Hybrid trucks are not just gas trucks with better MPG. They are electrically complex, thermally sensitive, highly dependent on calibration and cooling. When done right, they're incredible. When pushed without the right safeguards, they show cracks. Ford didn't fail. They learned, and now they're correcting course. Final verdict: you really do need this upgrade. Ford's admission isn't dramatic, but it's meaningful. The F-150 hybrid problem isn't about power loss headlines or viral breakdown videos. It's about long-term reliability under real truck use. If you own one, the upgrade isn't optional anymore. It's insurance. If you're buying one, it's a must-check item. And if this is the future of trucks, one thing is clear: hybrid muscle is here to stay, but only if it's built to handle the heat,